So, everybody prepared? 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 Y'all prepared back here? Hey, no sleeping. All right, I got to put this on, right? All right, testing 1, 2, testing 1, 2. I'm good. All right, good afternoon, class. It's good to see everybody here. Hopefully it won't be no talking. I don't have to put nobody out. Y'all know the rules. Leave out that door twice, don't come back. Okay? All right? I need some agreeance. All right, so title of the lesson is The Truth About Christmas. This is part 1. And I won't be able to do part 2 till next month, but I just want y'all to have a little ammunition for these coming weeks. So y'all, can't anybody tell y'all Christmas for the kids. Because when we get done showing you what they mean by that, y'all gonna be horrified, terrified. I just need to find some spectacles. I don't know why they be talking so loud out there, man. Like, y'all standing right next to each other. Hmm? Yeah, like every week. My question is, what you learning if you're standing out there talking? But it's all right. I ain't want to talk. You ain't heard it from me. So, the truth about Christmas. We're going to start this. What we starting this at?
Exodus chapter 20.
Can't hear you.
Exodus chapter 20.
So we're going to start this in Exodus, the 20th chapter. Everybody please turn to Exodus chapter 20. So this is a lesson that I first did it in the children's class many, many moons ago, when none of y'all were born. And the children, his older siblings, you know, yeah, my sons, shoot, was my oldest son in there? Probably so, because he was a teenager then. Yeah, my oldest son was in there. Was my daughter in there? She might have been in there too. Anyway, she's an old lady now. Don't tell I said that. But old lesson, but anyway, those children way back when said, Brother Jeroboam, you should teach that to the to the adult class. They need to know this. I was like, well, I guess they do. So I kind of revised it many times and taught it many times. But anyway, the truth about Christmas. So we're gonna get started. We just call this part 1 because it's such a large lesson that I had to kind of break it up, especially for you guys, because I like to break things down in here, like, you know, down to the nitty gritty. So Exodus chapter 20, everybody there? Mm-hmm. Yeah? If you fake it, I'm going to catch you. And then I'm going to put you out. And you have to explain to your parents or grandparents or whoever why you got put out. Exodus 20, and we're going to begin reading at verse 1. Verse 1, go ahead.
And God spake all these words, saying, I am the Lord thy God, which I brought thee from out of the land of Egypt.
Brought thee forth out of the land of Egypt. Come on.
Out of the house of bondage. Thou shalt have no other gods before me.
So the reason why I started here, because we in this so-called Christmas season, and people don't understand, you know, a lot of people do understand it and do know what it is. You'll hear people saying this is their favorite pagan holiday. But what is y'all doing? But the Lord said, don't have no other gods except for him. Go ahead.
Thou shalt not bow down thyself to them.
So you can't bow down to any other god. But what happens when you put stuff under that tree? What you doing?
Bowing down to it.
Y'all oblivious of what? Y'all don't know? Y'all don't want to give up y'all Christmas? Well, too bad. You bound down to it. But go ahead and read.
Nor serve them.
Mm-hmm.
For I am the Lord thy God, the Lord thy God, am
Thank
the
you.
jealous God,
Mhm.
visiting the iniquity of the fathers upon the children unto the third and fourth generation of them that hate me, and showing mercy unto thousands of them that love me and keep my commandments.
So y'all, we see who he showed mercy to, those that love him and keep his commandments. So this mercy is talking about not putting you in the lake of fire. Because he showed mercy to the righteous and the wicked, because he's a merciful God. But this mercy he's talking about he will not put you in the lake of fire. But he said he a jealous God, right? So if you give what's his to somebody else, he very well may kill you. So then we ought to be mindful of what we are doing, right? What verse you at?
That was the end of the place.
That was it? Okay. So we should not have any other gods. Let's go into St. John, the 14th chapter. St. John chapter 14. So already we know that we can't have any other gods, right? I wish I would have put this up here like I asked him to.
You're late, bud. Go take a seat.
There's some extra Bibles up there. Grab a Bible. I don't know who they belong to. Right there.
These ones?
It's,
Bro,
I
look
guess.
on it.
Hey, granddaughter. That's your seat right there. Get you a Bible, girl. So we just read Exodus
21 through 6.
21 through 6.
Oh, yeah,
So
6.
now we're moving to St. John, the 14th chapter. But we've established that we should have no other gods except the God of Israel. And that we can't bow down to no other gods except for him, right? So St. John chapter 14.
Verse 12.
And we're gonna begin reading at verse 12. St. John 14, chapter 14, verse 12. What do you say?
Verily, verily, I say unto you.
Now y'all know what verily mean, right? Anybody? It's amazing. It means truly, truly. So you're saying truly. I'm telling you the truth. Go ahead.
Verily, verily, I say unto you, he that believeth on me, the works I do, shall he do also.
Mm-hmm.
And greater works than these shall he do, because I go unto my Father.
So now he said, greater works we shall do, greater works than the works that he did we shall do, because he going to the Father, right? So we evangelize the whole world. See, he haven't done that. But it was for us to do in the first place. That's why Israel was scattered all over the world, because they refused to do the job they was given. So the Lord gonna make them do it. But we're gonna evangelize the world, and we're doing that. But he going to his Father. Go ahead and read.
And whatsoever ye shall ask in my name, that will I do, that the Father may be glorified in the Son.
Mm-hmm.
If ye shall ask anything in my name, I will do it. If ye love me, keep my commandments.
He said, if you love me, keep my commandments. So a lot of people say they love Jesus, right? But they will not keep his commandments. A lot of people tell you that I love Jesus. Jesus is my personal savior. All these kind of things. But when it comes to keeping his commandments, they will not do it. But he said, if you love me,
keep my commandments.
You will keep my commandments. Because we just read in Exodus that those that love him keep his commandments, and he will have mercy on them. We just read that. So this the same person. It's the same God. Go ahead and read.
And I'll pray the Father, and he shall give you another comforter.
Also, in order for him to pray to the Father for you, to plead your causes for the Father, you have to keep his commandments. Then he gonna send you another comforter, the one to give you understanding of his word, which is the Holy Spirit or the holy angel that reveals these things to you. Go ahead.
That he may abide with you forever.
Mm-hmm.
Even the Spirit of truth, whom the world cannot receive, because it seeth him not, neither knoweth him.
So the Spirit of truth, because he said truly in the beginning of this, right? But he said, in order for me to pray to Father, to send this Holy Spirit, this Spirit of truth, this comforter, which is an angel that's going to reveal these things. So he said, you got to keep my commandments. Continue.
But ye know him, for he dwelleth with you, and shall be in you.
Mm-hmm.
I will not leave you comfortless. I will come to you. Yet a little while, and the world seeth me no more. But ye see me, because I live. Ye shall live also.
He said, because I live, ye shall live also. What verse you at now?
19.
Go ahead and skip to 21.
He that hath my commandments.
Hold on. Said, he that hath my commandments. This person has the commandments of God. Go ahead.
And keepeth them.
And keepeth them. So you can't just have the commandments. You can't just know the commandments. You have to keep the commandments. And then you'll be getting certain things. Go ahead and read.
He it is that loveth me.
That's the one that loved Jesus. The one that have the commandments and keep them. Those are the ones that love him. Come on.
And he that loveth me shall be loved of my Father.
So the Father don't love you if you don't keep the commandments. And Jesus don't love you either. Go ahead.
And I will love him and will manifest myself to him.
All these things, all this love from Jesus and the Father is predicated on us keeping the commandments. So what must we do then? Keep the commandments. What verse?
22.
Go ahead.
Judas saith unto him, Not
Iscariot.
Iscariot, Lord, how is it that thou wilt manifest thyself unto us?
So this person, he said not Iscariot. That Judas Iscariot is the one that betrayed him. So this is the other Judas. He asked him what? Come again.
How is it that thou wilt manifest thyself unto us and not unto the world?
So how you going to manifest, show yourself, manifest means to bring forth or to reveal. He said, how are you going to reveal yourself to us and not to the world? Come on.
Jesus answered and saith unto him, If a man love me, he will keep my words, and my Father will love him.
And my Father, all these things are predicated on keeping the commandments. And my Father will love him. Go ahead.
And we will come unto him and make our abode with him.
Abode. Somebody tell me what abode means. Huh?
Dwelling.
Home, where you live at. So he said, if you keep the commandments, you love him, and he and the Father, they going to come and live with you. Who wouldn't want God living with them? It was a time that the Ark of the Covenant had got captured by the Philistines. And they was getting sick and all that stuff, so they tried to send it back to Israel. So another man went and got it. I can't remember his name, but everything he did was blessed. David said, let me go get this ark, because everything this man doing is blessed, because the Ark of the Covenant was there. But just imagine if God was living with you, how blessed your house would be, how prosperous it would be. Go ahead.
He that loves me not, keepeth not my sayings.
Mm-hmm.
And the word which ye hear is not mine, but the Father's which sent me.
So now, he said, he that loved me not, keepeth not my sayings. So when somebody say, you don't have to keep the commandments, what they telling you?
Lies.
Huh? What else, though?
That you're not breaking the commandments.
that you're not breaking the commandments, stay on task, son. Stay on task. So if they telling you you don't have to keep the commandments, they're telling you that they don't love God. That's what they're telling you, because those that love God do what? Is he the only one in here? Because I can't hear nobody back there. Y'all can't hear? Do y'all know what's happening? That's good, though. That's good. Let's continue. Let's go into 1 Corinthians. Oh, before that, let's go into Colossians, and then 1 Corinthians. Colossians. Just get to Colossians. Colossians chapter 1. So you got Acts, Romans, 1 Corinthians, 2 Corinthians, Galatians, Ephesians, Philippians, Colossians.
Wait, Colossians is after Ephesians?
Colossians is after Philippians, which is after Ephesians, which is after Galatians, which is after 2 Corinthians, which is after 1 Corinthians, which is after Romans.
Okay, I got it.
You got it? You good? Everybody back here got it? Colossians? Everybody got Colossians? You got Colossians? What's happening? Yeah. Yeah.
Flip.
Yeah. What you doing? Hmm?
Colossians toward the end of the Bible. It's after Romans. Like a little bit after Romans.
Oh, I thought you just came to get some water or something.
No, she came up there and said, I'm like, what's going on? She said, there's nothing going on here.
What?
That's why I asked you if you were teaching. No. Make sure she's on point.
Maybe I'm asking too many questions. You know, I'll be asking questions.
And she needs to be answering.
Okay. So Colossians chapter 1. Colossians chapter 1. We can begin reading at verse 12. Let's begin. Verse 12. What do you say?
Giving thanks unto the Father which hath made us meet to be partakers of the inheritance of the saints in light.
So now he's made us, he's conformed us, you know, or made us eligible, you know what I'm saying, to be partakers with the saints. Go ahead.
Who hath delivered us from the power of darkness and has translated us into the kingdom of his dear Son.
So we're not in the kingdom right now, but spiritually, mentally, if we walking in the commandments, we are part of the kingdom. Come on.
In whom we have the redemption through his blood, even the forgiveness of sins.
Mm-hmm.
Who is the image of the invisible God, the firstborn of every creature.
So he's the firstborn of every creature, but we talking about the firstborn from the dead, or the firstborn from man to God. Jesus is the first. Go ahead.
For by him were all things created that are in heaven and that are in the earth.
So by him, are all things created. So we talking about Jesus right here. So how much of everything in the heavens and the earth did God create? The Father?
Everything.
Nothing. It just said that Jesus created all things in heaven and in earth. Go ahead.
Visible and invisible, whether they be thrones or dominions or principalities or power, all things are created by him. And for him.
Okay, all things were created by him and for him. So we know that then if he created all things, then he must be God, right? Go ahead.
And he is before all things, and by him all things consist.
Consist is the same as exist. So if it exists, that means it's by him, no matter what it is, because he created the heavens and the earth, right? So everything that we got come out the earth. And everything that we send out in space still come out the earth. So, and just so y'all will understand, they got these things called moon rocks, right? Ain't nobody ever been to the moon. They ain't got nothing off the moon. Because if they did, they'll be up there digging in the ground, getting minerals and all that kind of stuff and bringing it back because this man is greedy. They ain't doing that. That means they haven't been there. But by him all things consist. Go ahead.
And he is the head of the body, the church, who is the beginning, the firstborn from the dead.
So that's what we're talking about. He's the firstborn of every creature. That's the firstborn from the dead, right? Go ahead.
That in all things he might have the
preeminence. So that means that even once we become God, if we be so blessed to become God, he's still going to be over us. It's just like a man and a woman are the head of the household, right? When they have children, those children are just like them. If we human, our children are human. And when they get older, they still in their parents' house, but who has the preeminence? The parents. So when we become God, Jesus and the Father are going to still have the preeminence. They still are going to be the authority. Even though all of us will have all power, even Jesus got all power like the Father got all power. But the Father has preeminence over Jesus, and Jesus is going to have preeminence over us. And we're going to have preeminence over the angels, and that's how it go. Right? What verse?
We just finished 18.
Okay. So now let's go into 1 Corinthians. Just back on up to 1 Corinthians chapter 10. I ain't heard pages turning here in a long time. That's good. That means we're making some progress. Yeah, 1 Corinthians chapter 10. You got it? So we're going to look at a few things here. After the point is made, we're going to look at some other stuff, though. We're going to read verses 1 through 9. Verses 1 through 9. 1 Corinthians chapter 10, verses 1 through 9. What do you say?
Moreover, brethren, I would not that you shall be ignorant how that all our fathers were under the cloud and all passed through the sea.
So this is talking about when they came out of Egypt, right? So when God brought them out of Egypt, he led them in the daytime by a pillar of a cloud, and in the nighttime by a pillar of fire. So y'all know what a pillar is, right?
Yeah.
Y'all see these things when y'all first come in the building out here that's in front of these doors? Those pillars. So I'm pretty sure the pillars that he was in was bigger than that, though, wider. But a pillar of a cloud by day and a pillar of fire by night, he was so that we couldn't look upon him so that we wouldn't die. Go ahead.
And all were baptized unto Moses in the cloud and in the sea.
Mm-hmm.
And all did eat the same spiritual meat.
They all ate the same spiritual meat. Go ahead.
And did all drink the same spiritual drink.
And they all drank the same spiritual drink. So everybody got the same thing at the same time. They all went through the Red Sea at the same time. So going through the Red Sea, I'm gonna break this down for y'all real quick. Going through the Red Sea, they went in, they were slaves. And when they came out on the other side, they was free. So that was a baptism. They went through the water, because that's what happens. Water cleanses or even kills. So in this right here, he brought them through. They remained alive, but the Egyptians died in that same water. So this is why we're talking about baptism, because the old world or the old you got to die. So that's why those Egyptians had to die in that water. See, God don't do nothing different. It might look different, but He's letting you know that He don't change. He don't change. Go ahead.
For they drank of that spiritual rock that followed them, and that rock was Christ.
Now that rock was Christ. That rock that followed them was Christ. So in the daytime he was in a pillar of a cloud, and at night he was in the pillar of fire. But He led them and followed them. He protected them while they was coming out of Egypt, going through the wilderness, right? But some things happened while they was in that wilderness. Go ahead and read.
But with many of them, God was not well pleased.
He wasn't well pleased with a lot of them, like sometimes I'll be well pleased with y'all, but I ain't God, right? But He said with many of them, He was not well pleased. Go ahead.
For they were overthrown in the wilderness.
For they were overthrown. Go ahead. That means He killed some. Come on.
Now these things were our examples to the intent we should not lust after evil things as they also lusted.
They lusted after evil things. They wanted to go back to Egypt, which represent bondage to sin. They wanted to go back there. Go ahead.
Neither be ye idolaters, as were some of them, as it is written. The people sat down to eat and drink and rose up to play.
That's when they made that golden calf. That's idolatry. Because we already read in the opening, right? He said, thou shalt have no other gods except for me. But they committed idolatry. That's idol worship. Come on.
Neither let us commit fornication, as some of them committed, and fell in one day 320,000.
That's 23,000 people. So, where my writing utensils at? Wow. Can I get a...
You look for a black marker?
Yeah.
Let me open that for you.
So, I want to do it with a little order.
All right. Dang, these things are hard to open.
Just give me the back.
All right. Sorry.
So, what's all this stuff in here, man? What y'all be having? Anyway, so we got 23,000, right? Is this a highlight or a marker? So this is in one day. In one day, right? These many people died in one day for fornication, serving another god. Then another time, when they made the calf, now we just talking about men here, right? How much is that? It's 26,000. Oh my goodness, these people. I wrote a line under that. Automatically means it's added. So, 2 different days, but 26,000 people. Well, just men. But we know it wasn't just men that died, they just counted the men. So, we're looking at least 30,000 people that died. Give me the verse.
We were on verse 8.
Verse 8.
Yeah, we finished verse 8.
All right, we'll start at verse 7.
Neither ye be idolaters, as were some of them, as it is written. The people sat down to eat and drink and rose up to play.
Mm-hmm.
Neither let us commit fornication, as in some of them committed, and fell in one day 23,000.
Come on.
Neither let us tempt Christ, as some of them also tempted.
So they tempted Christ. So we still talking about Christ, right? Go ahead.
And were destroyed of serpents.
And were destroyed the serpents. That's another time. I can't remember how many died then. We're going to have to look that up in, well, we ain't going to look at it. Well, Josiah, look and see how many people died with the serpents. I don't know. But that was a bunch of people. So we got probably 40,000 people. Well, actually, a whole lot of people died in the wilderness. We just talking about certain points. He killed all of them in the wilderness, except for Joshua and Caleb, and the children that was 19 and under. So they didn't get killed, but everybody that was 20 years old and upward, except for Joshua and Caleb, died in the wilderness.
They were righteous.
Because they tempted Christ, right? You done with that, right? You done with that? You read verse 9?
Yeah, finish verse 9.
All right. So now, what we're going to do is, okay, it's say...
Funk and whack.
Get the Holman Bible Dictionary.
All right.
So we're going to go into this Holman Bible Dictionary. I can't remember what page. Tell us what page it is. It's under Christ. You're going to see the tab right there. Just turn to that page where I got it marked at.
284, 285.
Leave that in there because I don't want to get misplaced. You said 284 and 285?
Yeah.
So this is Holman Bible Dictionary. This is under Christ. So we're going to break this down because the title of the lesson is what?
Truth about Christmas.
Truth about Christmas, right? So this is a compound word. This is two different words right here. But they doing something. So let's read. Was you able to get it up there? The Holman Bible Dictionary? Okay. So, I didn't think about that. Yeah. Go turn that on. We don't got one? No, not that far. Wait a minute, that's an up-to-date computer, right? You should be able to
Bluetooth.
do it wireless. Go turn it on.
Screen mirror.
You don't know how to do that?
You can screen mirror with the phone,
Just
right?
go turn it on.
Just turn it on.
Yeah.
Is that a remote?
Do you need a remote?
I'm not trying to see them.
Oh, never mind then.
Oh,
We'll next week make sure it works.
okay.
But yeah, I believe if it's up to date enough, you should just cast it to the device.
I don't know, man. That seems like almost a decade
It's too old.
That's nearly a decade old.
Yeah, I've been seeing that TV for a minute.
All right. Quit hating. All right, so this is going to be under Christ.
Christianity.
So, because we got to break this word Christmas down and see what it's really about, right?
Yeah.
So go ahead and read.
Christ is English for the Greek Christos, anointed one.
So that's what it means, anointed one, right? So when it say they tempted Christ and that rock was Christ, we talking about the anointed Savior. Go ahead.
The Hebrew word is Messiah.
Or Messiah.
Messiah or Messiah.
So we know who the Messiah is, right? That's Old Testament, the Messiah. So Christ and the Messiah are one and the same. Go ahead.
It's compound of Greek words Christos and Logos. Christology is a study of the person, who he is, and work, what he did/does of Jesus Christ, the Son of God.
Okay, just read the highlighted stuff, though.
That was the only thing that was highlighted.
That was the only thing that was highlighted?
Yeah.
On both pages? All right, that's cool.
Oh, we got right here for a Christian.
Well, we're going to do that later. So, Christ and Messiah are the same thing, anointed one, right? So now, we know Jesus is the anointed one. Read Psalms 2, it'll break it all down for you. But Jesus is the anointed one. He's the Messiah. So now, that's the one that was back there in the wilderness and down in Egypt when Israel got released. So we talking about Jesus the Christ. This is who we talking about, right? So now, that's good. Let's go into Encyclopedia Britannica, volume 6, page 672. Encyclopedia Britannica, page 672. So now we're breaking this word Christmas down, right? So we got Christ. We know that's Jesus. Huh?
Yeah.
All right. Let's go and find out what this mass is. Breaking this word Christmas down. So we're gonna read mass. Encyclopedia Britannica, volume 6, page 672. All right, go ahead and read.
The common designation for the celebration of the Eucharist in the Roman Catholic Church.
Hold on, you gotta do better than that. And did you read what's highlighted?
Yeah. Does that say Eucharist or
Eucharist.
the Eucharist in the Roman Catholic?
Eucharist.
The Eucharist.
Eucharist.
The Eucharist in
There
the Roman
you go.
Catholic Church. The term Mass is derived from the Rice Latin dismissal formula.
Mm-hmm.
Go, the Mass is ended. According to the Catholic teaching, the Mass is a memorial in which the death and resurrection of Jesus Christ are sacramentally reenacted.
So mass. Did y'all get that?
A sacramental killing, basically.
It's read that again. That last part.
According to the Catholic teaching, the Mass is a memorial in which
Memorial, right? What you have a memorial for? Remembrance. Go ahead. So we remembering. Go ahead.
in which the death and resurrection of Jesus Christ
You don't got to read so fast. We ain't going nowhere.
are sacramentally reenacted.
So death and resurrection, sacramentally, right? Spell that.
SACRAMENTALLY.
Oh, 2 L's? Okay. So anyway, that's a sacrifice. So we got the death of Christ, or Christ being sacrificed. So this is what they tell you, that Jesus was born on this day, right? They tell you this is Jesus' birthday, the 25th day of December. But the word Christmas itself means the death of Christ. So how is it about, and this is in their encyclopedia, how is it about his birth when it's commemorating or remembering his death? How is it about his birth? So what's the deception for? If there's nothing wrong with it, why deceive us? Saying it's his birthday. Why would somebody lie to you?
Because they want something, I guess.
They want something that they shouldn't have, right?
Yeah.
They want to murder you. So we're gonna go into Funk and Wagnall's Encyclopedia, volume 23. That's probably the smallest book up there. This. That should be it right there. And page 2840 or 2640. What page is it?
It says 23.
2340? The page, not the We know it's volume 23.
Page 825859.
Oh, wow, that's long. Anyway, it's already marked, so it should say. Let me see. What? Somebody took my marker out? See, that's why I say leave the marker in there, because somebody take it out and don't put it back in, and then
It wasn't me.
I know it wasn't you. But anyway, find the page. So this is going to be under mass as well. So I just wanted to get it from more than one source. Yeah, we like to back things up. I even had another source for Christ, but I couldn't find my. Somebody took my other my other volume, my same Funke Wagner, but volume mate. Somebody took it, and that's why I don't like letting people borrow my books, so they don't give them back. You said some encyclopedias over here. What y'all do with them?
They're in old children's class now.
Why they over there?
I'm going to have to ask Brother Bill or something.
Oh my goodness, man. So you got it?
Yeah.
All right. So is it highlighted? Mass.
No, it just says something about the Soviet Union Socialist Republics. It's
What?
all USSR.
You don't say mass?
No, it just says a Cold War period.
All right, forget it then. Oh well. I think it's my other set of Funke Wagner encyclopedias, which he said is over there, but we ain't gonna go all the way over there. So, but anyway, mass, we know it's talking about the death. It's talking about death of Christ. That's what it's talking about.
Christ.
Mass is like a funeral, right? So you don't have like you don't celebrate a birth at a funeral. The funeral is about death. So we understand what Christmas is about now, right? Anybody don't understand? Because this makes it plain. I'm not saying it. We just read it. That Christ is Jesus, and Mass is talking about the death of Jesus. But they're going to tell us it's his birthday. Something is very suspicious there, right? Let's go into Jeremiah, the book of Jeremiah, chapter 10. Getting kind of warm in here. Yeah, the book of Jeremiah, chapter 10. Just get there. All right. Everybody else got to get there. Okay. All right. We getting there? Chapter 10. Jeremiah chapter 10. So in this Jeremiah chapter 10, now we just found out what the word Christmas means, right? This Jeremiah chapter 10 gonna reveal more things about this. So we're gonna begin reading, if everybody got it, we're gonna begin reading at verse 1. And don't read fast and don't read slow, but read clearly.
May I have a question?
All right.
Sure,
Just
I'm listening.
so about that thing about the moon rocks and stuff,
The what?
the moon rocks and stuff. So do you think they actually have like drones on Mars?
No. the Mars rover and all that stuff.
They're actually planning to terraform Mars.
If they can't get to the moon, how they gonna get to Mars? See, the moon is the Earth's moon. All the other planets got their own moons. So if we can't get to the Earth's moon, how are we gonna get to another planet that's even further away than the Earth's moon?
If they want to terraform Mars, why not just terraform the Earth? In a better condition, I guess.
See,
No, it's just
'cause-
healing the Earth.
because here's the thing. Here's the thing. If you read Genesis, the first chapter, it explains it all. We have dominion over the earth,
No, we're Mars.
not the moon, not Mars, not Pluto, not Venus.
Don't get cooked by a xenomorph.
We don't have dominion over anything out there. We have dominion over the fowl of the air. So if an airplane can't get there and stay there, you know, and everybody live, then we don't have dominion. If they go up in the space stations, they can't do nothing but be in the space station.
I mean, they can float and stuff.
They can what?
They can float and stuff. But that's about it. I mean, that's cool though. Like,
Yeah.
So they got dominion over floating?
yeah.
Come on, man.
Get out.
Jeremiah chapter 10. Jeremiah chapter 10, we're going to begin reading at verse 1. What do he say?
Hear ye the Lord which the Lord. Hear
Don't-
ye the word which the Lord speaketh unto you, O house of Israel.
Go ahead.
Thus saith the Lord, learn not the way of the heathen.
So heathen means what?
A nation.
Nation.
Nations, right. Heathen means nations. You awake over there? Heathen means nations. So he said, hear what the Lord said, O house of Israel. Learn not the way of the heathens, right? Go ahead.
And be not dismayed at the signs of heaven.
So don't be dismayed at the signs of heaven, right? So we know, like during this time of year, the days get real short, right? They get real short, and the stars align a certain kind of way. He said, don't be dismayed. Don't be troubled by this. Go ahead.
For the heathen are dismayed at them.
Uh-huh.
For the customs of the people are vain.
What does vain mean?
Useless. Holds no value.
Holds no value. It's useless, right? It's empty. It ain't worth nothing. Say the custom of the nations are vain. Go ahead and read.
For the customs of the people are vain, for one cutteth the tree out the forest.
Wait a minute. They're going to cut this tree out the forest, right?
The work of the hands of the workmen.
Hold on. We got to get the tree. See how we don't, you know, next time we're gonna have this thing together. But Josiah just made me do this lesson. So, no, I'm just kidding.
No, he's not kidding, guys.
So they're gonna cut a tree out the forest, right? Y'all been seeing the people driving down the street with them trees on the back of their trucks, right?
Yeah.
Y'all see that? So they cutting these trees out the forest. Uh-huh.
The work of the hands of the workmen with the axe.
So they got an axe, right? They're going to cut this tree. I did it like this because it's an evergreen. Y'all know what an evergreen tree look like? Yeah. Okay. So they cut it down with an axe. Go ahead.
They deck it with silver and with gold.
So they got to get it dressed because it can't dress itself. So we're going to put some silver and gold stuff on there. Like when I was a kid, they put these little silver and gold stringers on there. They still do that? How would you know?
Because I've seen
Reason
them
why I
movies.
know is because around this time last year at my school, in the hallways they had a Christmas tree.
Okay.
That's actually crazy.
Okay. Go ahead and read.
They fasten it with nails and with hammers that it move not.
So they put some boards on the bottom of it, right? So that it don't move. Right? So it don't fall over. They nail the boards on the bottom of it so it don't fall over. Go ahead.
They are upright as the palm tree, but speak not.
But they speak not. They don't talk. So if they speak not, can they bless you?
No.
If they speak not, can they curse you?
No.
So why should you be afraid of them then? Because first of all, you went in the forest, you cut it down, right? So that means you killed it. So you don't have to be afraid of the tree then. Because you already killed it, right? Go ahead and read.
They must needs be born, because they cannot go.
So what does word born mean?
To come to life. Or to come into life.
Really? That's what it means?
I need to leave Earth.
Spell it.
B-I-R-T-H-E.
What does born mean? Hmm?
I thought he was asking me to spell birth.
You know? Means to carry. It's an E at the end. So that means this is not the born of giving birth. It's to carry. So they must needs be carried, right? You got to carry it because, first of all, you killed it, and trees don't walk anyway. So you got to carry it, right? So that's why they got it on the back of their trucks, on the top of their cars, or whatever, because they went in the tree and they cut it down, they killed it, and eventually it's going to turn brown, but it's going to stay green for a long time. That's why they call it evergreen tree. But it must needs be born. That means you got to carry it because what?
They cannot go.
Because they cannot go. They can't do nothing on their own. They can't do nothing on their own, right? Go ahead and read.
Be not afraid of them, for they cannot do evil.
Mm-hmm.
Neither also is it in them to do good.
So they can't do you good or evil. But a lot of people are so afraid of not worshiping this thing that they'll pawn their children. They'll sell their children. Just so they'll be able to celebrate this thing. Go ahead and read.
For as much as there is none like unto thee, O Lord, thou art great, and thy name is great in might.
That's good. So it can't do nothing good to you, for you, or bad to you. You got to carry it. You already killed it, cut it out the forest. You already killed it. You had to put some boards on the bottom of it so it don't fall over like an old drunk person. So why should we be afraid of this? And then we already learned what it's about, right? We already learned that it's about the death of Christ. Right? What verse you stop at?
I stopped at 6.
Verse 6.
We at Psalms 19 now.
All right. Yeah, let's go into Psalms 115.
Oh, 115. Oh.
Yeah, 115. I know it don't look like the 119 do it. But hey, put your marker in Jeremiah 10 because we're coming back there. Put your marker in Jeremiah 10 because we're coming back there. But we're going to Psalms 115, yeah. Don't give up. Keep on looking for it. Y'all got it back there? You don't know what Psalms at?
I do. Anytime.
Oh, okay.
I think I passed.
115. All right. Seems like the page has settled down. So Psalms 115. Not 15, but 115. Okay? We all got it? We straight? Let's begin reading at verse 1. Psalms 115 and verse 1. What do you say?
Not unto us, O Lord, not unto us, but unto thy name give glory for thy mercy and for thy truth's sake.
Mm-hmm.
Wherefore should the heathen say, where is now their God?
Say, why should the nation say, where's your God, Israel? Because Israel serve a whole lot of gods. They serve every nation that they find themselves in. They end up serving that nation's God, or they come up with some different new God. So he said, why should the nation say, where's your God? Because every other nation is serving their own God, but you serve anybody God. See, why should they say that when you got the true and living God? You got the God that created everything, that gave you the breath of life. So why should anybody ask where your God is? Your God should be ever present with you. But go ahead and read.
But our God is in the heavens. He hath done whatsoever he hath pleased.
See, our God's in the heavens, so we don't have to go into the forest to cut our God down, right? We don't have to use the stump to make some other gods out of it, because that's what they do. They'll get the stump where they cut this tree down from. They'll get the stump of that tree and carve some more false gods out of it. But see, our God is in the heaven, and he do whatever he want to do. He don't got to be carried around. He don't got to be hung on nobody's wall. He don't got to be stood in front of somebody's building. He's controlling everything. Go ahead.
Their idols are silver and gold, the work of men's hands.
So they gods are the work of men's hands. Even though it grew out the ground, but they cut it down. A man had to cut that down, right? Go ahead.
They have mouths, but speak not.
So the images have mouths, these statues, but they speak not. Go ahead.
Eyes have they, but they see not. They have ears, but they hear not.
So if they can't hear, if they hear not, how is it that they can bless you? They have mouths, but they speak not. So they can't bless you or curse you. Go ahead.
Noses have they, but they smell not.
So they can't smell the incense you burning for them.
They have hands, but they handle not.
They can't do nothing to you. They got hands, but they can't move. Just like that tree can't move by itself, these statues can't move by themselves. Go ahead.
Feet have they, but they walk not. Neither they speak through their throat.
Neither do they speak through their throat.
They that make them are like unto them.
So the people that make them are just like them. Come on.
So is everyone that trusteth in them.
So is everyone that trusted in these false gods. They can't do nothing positive for you or bless you or curse you. So this is just an image of Molech right here. I'm going to show y'all. And Molech got hands and he got a mouth, right? Yeah. He got feet and all that, but he can't do nothing by himself. This is one of the pagan gods that they sacrifice their children to. Y'all see the thing of fire right there? Yeah. They put the children in the hands, and the children roll down into the fire, and they say, "Oh, he accepted the sacrifice. He accepted the offering." I mean, this is what and this still go on right now today. Don't think it don't when it do. It does. But that's just one of them right there. It's a lot of them. So, what verse you at?
I'm on verse 9.
Read verse 9.
O Israel, trust thou in the Lord. He is their help and their shield. O house of Aaron, trust in the Lord. He is their help and their shield.
So now the Lord, he is our help and our shield. So we're not supposed to be trusting in these false gods. We're not supposed to be trusting in stuff like this. But this time of year, you know, these 30 days or so from what's this coming up? Thanksgiving. From Thanksgiving all the way to January 7th is actually the Christmas season. That's why there's so many. You heard the song, The 12 Days of Christmas? It's more than that. It's at least 30. But in all these days, they do something different. Leading up to that. They're doing something different, but it's all contrary to what the Lord say. Because we read in the beginning of the lesson, right? Those that love God do what? Keep his commandments. And those that don't love God do what? They don't keep the commandments. So these people that's going to be doing this, they're going to tell you they love God. They're going to tell you it's Jesus' birthday. They're going to tell you it's for the children. But they don't love God, and they couldn't have too much love for their children either if they sacrificing their children to these pagan gods. That was it, though, right? Yeah, we done with Psalms, right?
Oh yeah, we already finished verse 9.
Right. So now let's go into Encyclopedia Britannica. It ain't on here. I had to change it out.
This one or this one?
Encyclopedia. I guess it got to be volume 2.
Yeah, this one too.
All right. And we doing what? We're doing Christmas tree.
Yeah.
So yeah, let's get this Christmas tree out of here. Christmas tree.
It doesn't say what page. Oh no,
It should be in there. It's a mark in there. Because I don't have that right there, so I had to substitute. So it should be highlighted. Make sure you put them back in there though.
I will.
So you got the one that we got here? Encyclopedia Britannica Volume 2? All right, this under Christmas tree. Give me the page.
904.
Page 904, under what?
The Christmas Carol.
Christmas tree? Anyway, we just reading what's highlighted.
All right.
Is this some on the other page though? Page before?
Oh, it is.
What's the title of that?
Christmas card.
Nah, what's highlighted? Anything highlighted over here?
Nope.
It was something. Anyway, go ahead back. Go back. So, but this is we talking about the Christmas tree here. So just read what's highlighted. We starting right here. Look like. What did it say?
Christmas tree, an evergreen, usually a balsam or a Douglas fir, decorated with lights and ornaments as a part of Christmas festivities.
So now, this is an evergreen tree. It's a balsam or Douglas fir tree, and it's decorated. So in Jeremiah said it's decked with silver and gold. That means the same thing, decorated. So it's decorated with lights and all that kind of stuff. What else is decorated? Read it again.
An evergreen, usually a balsam or a Douglas fir.
Balsam or Douglas fir. Go ahead.
Decorated with lights and ornaments as a part of Christmas festivities.
Ornaments. Okay, we're going to put some ornaments on there. Go ahead.
The use of evergreen trees, wreaths,
Yeah.
and garments as a symbol
Garlands. Come on, man. Don't add words to it. Go ahead.
As a symbol of eternal life was.
Well, eternal life.
Yeah.
Oh, that's why they use the evergreen tree, because it's a symbol of eternal life. It's a symbol of undying, right?
I guess so.
But hold on. Christmas itself means death. But they say it's a symbol of life. Go ahead.
Was an ancient custom of the Egyptians, Chinese.
Egyptians, hold on, man. I said don't read slow, don't read fast. So we got how many nations? I mean, how many sons of Noah we got this? We got Egyptians, right?
Chinese.
Hold on, because I got to find out how to spell Egyptians.
Egyptians.
And I got to find out how to spell Chinese too.
Chinese.
Now I know how to spell Hebrew because it got brew at the end. You know how we drink beer and stuff. I'm just playing. So these Egyptians, they came out of Ham, right? Chinese. Oops, that's E-A, I mean. And the Hebrews, they come out of Shem. Japheth. Japheth. I know I messed that A up. I'll make it a better A. How about that? So now, these are all three of Noah's sons, right? Because everybody that's here now came out of one of these three boys, Shem, Ham, or Japheth. So, but you see how many nations was involved in this, right? all Noah's grandchildren, they doing this thing. So there's nobody innocent. Even the Hebrews was doing it. Messing around with this tree. Go ahead and read. Just read the highlighted stuff.
Tree worship, common among the pagan Europeans, survived after their conversion to Christianity.
So after their conversion to Christianity, now I got a lesson called Christians known by their acts or by their works, or Christian ID is part of what I'm just going to name it. But a Christian is somebody that's obedient to Christ. So when they say conversion to Christianity, what kind of Christianity is that?
Roman Christianity.
Exactly, Roman Christianity, right? Or Catholicism, meaning they really Catholics. And I pointed out in that lesson I just mentioned how all these people came out of the Catholics. So it's not really Christianity, it's pagan Christianity. Go ahead and read.
In the Scandinavian customs of decorating the house and barn with evergreens at the new year to scare away the devil.
To scare away who?
The devil.
So all these decorations were supposed to keep the devil away, scare away the devil, right? Go ahead and read.
And of setting up a tree for the birds during Christmas time.
Okay, man.
Christmas time.
He can't stop thinking about how it got broke down though. But anyway, go ahead and read.
It survived further in the custom, also observed in Germany, of placing a Yule tree at the entrance or inside the house in the midwinter holidays.
So now this is how they brought the tree inside the house in the midwinter holidays, right? So now this tree gonna come into the house. We're gonna see who this tree is though. Go ahead and read.
The modern Christmas tree originated in Western Germany, Germany, the main prop of a popular medieval play about Adam and Eve.
About Adam and Eve. So this tree that we're looking at right now, put one of those trees on the decorated tree. But anyway, this tree, this modern Christmas tree, right, it is symbolic of the tree that was in the Garden of Eden with Adam and Eve. Go ahead and read.
Was a fir tree hung with apples.
With apples?
Represent-
So hold on. So we got the apples on the tree right now, right? Yeah. So what they say Adam and Eve ate? So that's what they say, right? But we know what it really is, right? But it was still fruit. This fruit has no seed. But once you eat this fruit, you become the seed of the tree. Y'all get that? No, y'all don't. But I broke it down to y'all before, because the Lord said we are to eat every herb of the field, right? That bears seed. That's going to be meat to you. But the tree that's in the midst of the garden, it don't have seed. It just got fruit. This seedless fruit. In order for it to get seed, you got to eat the fruit. So once you eat this fruit, then you become the seed of the tree. So now, what is this fruit though?
Fruit of knowledge.
It's the fruit of what?
Knowledge.
That's what it is. Well, we're going to find out. Continue to read.
Quote unquote paradise tree representing the Garden of Eden.
Representing the Garden of Eden. So we know that this is the tree that was in the Garden of Eden, right? Go ahead.
The Germans set up a paradise tree in their homes on December 24th, the religious feast day of Adam and Eve.
The religious feast day, what you do on the feast? You eat. So the religious feast day of Adam and Eve, what were they eating from? This tree. And what's on the tree?
Wafers.
And apples are what? Fruit. So this is fruit, the fruit of lies. That's what this fruit is. Because this tree represents Satan. So we read earlier that they put the tree in their house to scare away the devil, right? But you bring the devil in your house to scare away the devil, how that work? Huh? How that work? It don't work, right? Because I don't know if y'all watch vampire movies. I love vampire movies. But the vampire can't come in your house unless you invite him in. So we have to equate Satan with the vampire. If you invite Satan in, it's his house now. Because what happens when you invite the vampire in? He's going to come and take over. It's going to be his house. He's going to kill you or make you one of his familiars. and kill everybody that come in there. But it's his house now. And even when he leave, when he come back, it's still his house because you invited him in already. Once you invite him in, he ain't leaving. So you bring Satan into your house because you already ate the fruit and became his seed. So you belong to him. You got some more?
Yes, sir. A little bit more.
I think everybody discussed it now. They're like, what?
Got like one or two more.
All right, go ahead and read.
They have wafers on it, symbolizing the host, the Christian.
Wait a minute, they got what on it?
Wafers.
Wafers. It got wafers on it. These like little cakes or whatever, little cookies. Go ahead.
Symbolizing the host.
Symbolizing the host. The host is the body. Whose body? Y'all know whose body it is?
Jesus.
It said right there.
The
Body of Christ.
Go ahead and read.
The Christian sign of redemption.
So whose blood redeems us?
Jesus.
Christ Jesus, right? So so that those cookies or those wafers, those cakes represent the body of Jesus because he's the only one that can redeem us. Go ahead and read.
The host eventually became cookies. What? Cookies of various shapes. Candles, too, were often added as a symbol of Christ.
So all this stuff is a symbol of Christ, right?
In the same room during the Christmas season.
So now they hang, because remember, Jesus was crucified, right? So they hang the I ain't gonna draw no little bodies on there, but anyway, they hang the wafers on the tree, symbolize the death of Christ. All this is about the death of Christ. It's not about the birth of Christ. It's not about no joyous occasion. It's about we killed your God. That's what it's about. So they hang the wafers on the tree representing the body of Jesus, right? Because they crucified him. They crucified him on the tree. This is what happened. This is what this is all about. The death of Christ. But they're going to tell you something else. They're going to try to make you feel another kind of way. But when you know the truth about these things, they can't make you feel no kind of way but probably angry that they lying to you or that they doing it. Like, why y'all doing this mess? And the thing about it is, if they educate us, why they ain't educating y'all like this? Why are they not breaking it down like this? Because I'm using their books. I didn't write none of these books. Encyclopedia Britannica, they came from Britain. Funk and Wagner, they've been around since I've been living. Well, we ain't got no World Book Encyclopedia, but all these, we didn't write none of these books. But the liars wrote these books. They tell the truth in their books, but they tell you a lie. You got some more?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Was the Christmas pyramid a
Hold
triangle?
on. Read up a little further. You gotta blend in, you know.
During the Christmas season, was the Christmas pyramid a triangular construction of wood with shelves to hold the Christmas figurines decorated with evergreens, candles, and a star?
And the star. And that star, what happened with that star?
It's put on the top.
Go ahead and read.
By the 16th century, the Christmas pyramid and paradise tree had merged,
So-
becoming the Christmas tree.
So now it had merged, right? So this is like a little bookcase, right? And it got shelves in here. And you put stuff on these shelves, little figurines on the shelves and some candles and stuff. But by the 16th century, that means the 1500s, it merged and became the modern day Christmas tree. Go ahead and read.
That was it, unless you want me to read further.
Read it again.
The whole thing?
Not the whole thing, the last few sentences.
All right. A triangular construction of wood with shelves to hold Christmas figurines, decorated with evergreens, candles, and a star.
And the star, go ahead.
By the 16th century, the Christmas pyramid and paradise tree had merged, becoming the Christmas tree.
And so now the star that was over here is on here now. So put that one up with the fully decorated one with the star on it and stuff. So we're going to have to find a way to get our computer hooked up to this TV so we can do this thing.
I use the HDMI cord.
You could combine like a few extension cords.
Extension cords. Thank you.
I don't think extension cords are a really long one though. No, but I'm saying like they're not supposed to be plugged in.
Yeah, pick it up.
You can do that.
All right.
Yeah,
Thanks
it's
for
extension
thanks for
cords.
everybody's input. Because I ain't that smart. I wasn't smart enough to think of extension cords. Anyway,
Hold up.
we done with that, right?
Yeah.
You put my markers back in there?
Yeah.
All right, let's move on. Oh, y'all getting out of here early today.
You still want me to read this packet?
Hmm?
You want me to read this packet?
Hold on, man.
All right.
Time to shake my head. I'm cool till I'm dead.
All right.
I'm just playing.
It was
It's like
1:31.
1:30. But yeah, my watch kind of fast, so yeah, it's like 1:30. We just got out of Britannica.
Yep. Back to the Bible.
All right, let's go into Isaiah chapter 57. So now we done read about what this tree means. We done read about what the word Christmas means, right? Let's go into Isaiah. Now we was in Psalms, right? Let's go into Isaiah 57.
Hey, I thought you wasn't no sleeping in your class.
Oh my goodness.
I'm gonna use that for blackmail later. Somebody wake me up.
Hey, tell him ain't no sleeping in here. Isaiah 57. Let's get it. Isaiah 57.
Yeah, I got it.
Verse 3.
I don't hear no pages turning.
Oh, I got it ever since you said Isaiah. Yes. Yeah, well, I got it before you said it.
Really?
Yeah, I got the proof right here. Isaiah 57.
Isaiah 57.
I got it.
All right. See, I should be able to complete this lesson because it's not even that many scriptures. So Isaiah 57.
Verse 3.
Oh, really?
Uh-huh.
It's really verse 6 though.
Yeah. So?
Yeah. So actually, I'm wrong. And he should have said something. It's Isaiah 66. So everybody hold your place in Isaiah 57. Let's go to Isaiah 66.
I was gonna say something, but I thought you,
You
were
should
just.
you
I
should have
thought-
said something.
I thought you were just cutting time.
Why am I cutting time this early?
I don't know.
Isaiah 66. We still going to Isaiah 57, but go to Isaiah 66 right now. Hold your place in Isaiah 57.
I only have one thing to hold my
Not
face.
66.
And it's already at Jeremiah 10.
Oh, it's already at Jeremiah. You got
66.
66, and then 57 after that.
It's
But
actually
Isaiah 66.
It's actually 66 and then 65 and then 57.
Let me teach my own lesson now.
All right.
So everybody got Isaiah 66, right?
Yes.
There is no Isaiah 67. Isaiah 66,
Yeah, there is one.
right. And we're going to begin around,
Verse 15 through 17. On birth.
y'all good over there?
There is Isaiah
Yeah.
66.
No, there's not, bro. What are you talking about?
All right, chill. All right, we all there? Everybody go to verse 15, please.
Yeah, I got it.
We're going to read 15, 16, and 17. Go ahead and read.
For behold, the Lord will come with fire and with his chariots like a whirlwind.
This is at the coming of the Lord, right? He said he going to come with fire and with his chariots like a whirlwind. What he going to do?
To render his anger with fury and his rebuke with flames of fire.
Rebuke means to reject something. So he going to reject this, the way the world is now. He said, and he gonna correct it. He said with flames of fire. That means he coming down to hurt somebody. This is when the Lord returns. This is when the Messiah returns. Because he's not dead, he alive. Go ahead.
For by fire and by a sword will the Lord plead with all flesh.
So if you're going to plead with somebody by fire and by a sword, how are you pleading with them? Are you on your knees begging them for something?
No.
How are you pleading with a sword and with some fire?
With war.
It's war, right? You coming to do damage to somebody. Go ahead.
And the slain of the Lord shall be many.
Somebody tell me what slain means.
Killed.
That means they've been killed, right?
Chaos.
Saying the slain of the Lord shall be many. Uh-huh.
They that sanctify themselves and purify themselves in the
Hold
garden.
on, hold on. We got to wait for her. She was going to tell us something. I don't know. What was you going to tell us?
That reading the Bible is really good.
Oh, okay. The hilarity. I love it. Yeah.
Yeah, guys.
So start at verse 17 over.
They that sanctify themselves and purify themselves in the gardens behind one tree.
In what garden?
In the Garden of Eden.
Behind what tree?
The Garden of
In the midst.
Huh? The tree of the knowledge of good and evil.
Yeah.
So they sanctify themselves. That means they separate themselves from everybody else and say they purify themselves. But how you going to purify yourself with the fruit of lies?
You can't.
Yeah. Wait, how are they gonna find the Garden of Eden? There, it's not
It's
literal.
not, bro.
It's literal, but it's not literal.
Oh my goodness, man. Anyway,
Some of y'all need to get up.
just the verse 17 again.
They that sanctify themselves and purify themselves in the garden behind one tree in the midst, eating swine's flesh, and the abomination and the mouth shall be consumed together.
So all these people are going to be consumed together because you got some nations that don't eat mice, but they eat swine. You got some nations that don't eat swine, but they eat mice and rats and dogs and cats.
Chinese.
Hey, man, we live on the internet right now. Watch your mouth.
We actually are.
Yes.
No.
So now, he said, but they're going to be all consumed together by this fire and by this sword. Because
See.
the Lord is coming to do damage. Go ahead and finish it.
Saith the Lord.
That's good. Let's go to Isaiah 65. 65.
Yeah, I got it.
Really?
Yeah. It was one page back.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Isaiah 65, we're going to begin reading at verse 1. Isaiah 65 and verse 1. Why y'all got
Hey, what y'all
to
doing
have a
back
whole
there?
discussion over there? If y'all do it quiet enough where can't nobody hear y'all, then cool. But if y'all can't do that, because it's all distracting. Now, Isaiah 65 and verse 1. Let's go.
I am sought of them that ask not for me.
So those that don't ask for him, they seeking him. Go ahead.
I am found in them that sought me not.
Mm-hmm.
I say, behold me, behold. I say, behold me, behold me unto a nation that was not called by my name.
So Israel is called by the Lord's name. But the nations that are not called by his name, they're the ones that really seek him out. Go ahead and read.
I have spread out my hands all the day unto a rebellious people.
Let's talk about the Israelites. Go ahead to a rebellious people. We can tell by just what's happening in this classroom right now. Israel is rebellious. Go ahead.
Which walketh in a way that was not good after their own thoughts.
So they walk after their own thoughts. That's a way that's not good. They not following after the Lord's thoughts, but their own thoughts. Go ahead and read.
A people that provoketh me to anger continually to my face.
He said they provoke me to anger continually. Always provoking me to anger before my face. That means they know the Lord watching, and they're going to do what they want to do anyway. It's just like your parents tell you to do something, and then you do the opposite of what they tell you to do right in front of their face. What you think going to happen? What about if you was one of my children?
Smacked on the head with the book.
It's going to be a lot worse than that. It's going to be a lot worse than that because I'm a father that believe in corporal punishment.
What is that?
Slavery. Not sure.
Not slavery. That means beating you down with some type of object. That's the kind of father I am. That don't mean I don't love my children. That means that I demand excellence.
All right.
Let's read.
that a people that provoketh me to anger continue to my face, that sacrificeth in gardens and burneth incense upon altars of brick.
So they sacrificing in gardens and they burn incense to their God, but he can't smell nothing anyway. Upon altars of brick, go ahead.
Which remain among the graves.
They remain among the graves. So I don't have the information here right now because I've been in this thing for a long time. So these graves or these tombs are where the religious people hang out at. So if you go into a Catholic church, right, the entrance of the church, just like y'all know how y'all come in this building, and y'all had a little area right there that we come into, in the Catholic church, that's called the sarcophagus. Anybody know what a sarcophagus really is?
Like you're
A coffin.
It's a coffin. Thank you. And so once you go through there, you get inside the building. The building is called something else, which means
Cathedral?
a cathedral,
yeah.
right?
Let's go.
Which means like a mausoleum or a what's another word for the mausoleum?
Museum.
No, a mausoleum is like the place where they have all these dead bodies at. They like put them in concrete drawers.
Oh, a morgue?
What you call that?
A morgue?
No, it's I used to work at a cemetery, so they got these things, and they sometimes a family would buy one, and all their family would be in that same mausoleum.
Do they put mummies in?
Huh?
Like a picture.
Did you say they do what?
No, never mind.
Did you say they put muffins in? Muffins?
She said mummies.
Oh, mummies? Oh, that's the pyramids. But same concept. Yeah, same concept. Yeah. So that's the diagram of a Catholic church. So it's all about death. Right? Anyway, where you at?
I'm on verse 4.
Verse 4, pick it up from the top.
Which remain among the graves and lodge in the monuments, which eat swine's flesh and broth of abominable things, as in their vessels.
Is in their vessels, right? So they have stuff like duck blood soup. Yeah, that's a thing.
Shark
And
fin soup.
I heard about it, but I didn't see it till I moved up here. But duck blood soup, shark stew,
Puffer fish.
all these unclean things is on their plates and in their bowls. And they eat swine's flesh, and they hide behind this same tree.
People kill babies and drink all of their blood inside the blood.
Yeah, they do that too. And they still hide behind this same tree, because this tree says all you gotta do is pray over it, and you could eat it, right?
Yup.
No.
No, you
It
have to
does.
like I'm confirming that.
But go ahead and read.
Would say, stand by thyself, come not near to me, for I am holier than thou.
I'm blessed and highly favored. I'm holier than you. But they doing all these abominable things. This is the world we live in. The things that y'all gonna run across, y'all probably not paying attention right now, but as y'all get older, it's gonna be more prevalent to you, because they're gonna try to deceive you, because Satan, he wants you bad. Because Satan don't intend for any of us to live. He don't intend for any of us to make the transition like our Savior did. He don't intend for any of us to do that. So when it's time, he gonna come for you. And that don't necessarily mean when you become an adult. He can come for you now. So we got to be careful out here. Go ahead.
These are smoke in my nose, a fire that burneth all the day.
So if something is a smoke in your nose and it's burning all day, how you feel about that?
Annoyed.
You be angry, don't you? You be irritated. You be annoyed. You want to hurt something. So now the Lord said these are a smoke in my nose. So that means he want to hurt these people. Go ahead.
Behold, it is written before me. I will not keep silence, but I'll recompense, even recompense it to the bosom.
He said, I'm going to repay. That's what recompense means. I'm going to repay you into your bosom. That means right there where that heart beat at. I'm going to pay you back. Go ahead.
That was the end of verse
That
6.
was it?
Yep.
Cool. Let's go on to Isaiah 57.
Right down.
Yeah, I got it.
What bird? I've been had I had before you said that already. What word?
Isaiah 57. Isaiah 57. We all got it?
Yeah.
No capping, we all got it?
Yeah.
Because if y'all lying, y'all got to pay for those lies.
That's not lying.
Who all lying? Raise your hand. Wow. Y'all some good liars. Isaiah 57, we're going to pick this up at verse 1. Verse 1, don't read fast, don't read slow. Read concisely.
Oh, okay.
57 and 1, what do you say?
The righteous perisheth. Perisheth? And no man layeth it to heart.
So the righteous die and nobody care, right? Nobody wonders why. The righteous person perished and nobody lay it to heart. Nobody really try to, wonders why this happened. Go ahead.
And merciful men are taken away, none considering that the righteous is taken away from the evil to come.
Say none consider that the righteous are taken away for the evil to come. They might not be able to handle it. So the Lord put them to sleep till it's past. Go ahead.
He shall enter into peace. They shall rest in their beds, each one walking in his uprightness.
Mm-hmm.
But draw hither, ye sons of the sorcerers, the seed of the adulterer.
Say, look, pay attention. Draw hither. Come on.
Ye sons of the sorcerers, the seed of the adulterer and the whore.
Go ahead.
Against whom do ye sport yourselves?
Say, against whom do you sport yourself? Because all these type of people, they deal with witchcraft. They deal with adultery and fornication. They deal with evil things. And then they turn their nose up at God like, we don't got to listen to you. But the day going to come when they're going to wish they had. Because if they live until the Lord come, they're going to see trouble coming. Or if they die, he wake them up for the white throne judgment, they're going to have spiritual bodies, but their knees are going to still be knocking. Because they're going to look at that fire over there. And they know what they have done. Said, to whom do you sport yourself? That means, puffing your chest up to. Who you think you're getting tough with? This is what God's saying. You think you're getting tough with me? Go ahead.
Against whom make ye a wide mouth, and draw out thy tongue? Are ye not children of the transgression?
So you children of the transgressors, right? Go ahead.
A seed of falsehood, inflaming yourselves with idols under every green tree.
So they not only deal with the idols, they got them under this green tree here. Still this tree that was in the midst of the Garden of Eden that had this fruit of lies on it. Go ahead.
Slaying the children in the valleys under the cliffs of rocks.
So he said, slaying the children in the valley under the cliffs of the rocks. This is what they did in the valley of Hinnom, where they would take them down there to Molech. I showed y'all the picture, and they would put their children in the fire. The book say pass through the fire, but they was going in the fire. Go ahead.
Among the smooth stones of the stream is thy portion. They that are thy lot, even to them hast thou poured a drink offering. Thou hast received a meat offering. Should I receive comfort in these?
So go ahead.
Upon a lofty and high mountain hast thou set thy bed. Even thither wentest thou up to offer a sacrifice.
But they wasn't offering a sacrifice to the true and living God. They was offering a sacrifice to these false gods. Go ahead.
Behind the doors also in the post hast thou set up thy remembrance.
So it said, behind the doors and on the posts hast thou set up thy remembrance. They got these, it said they hang these things on their doors, right? Yeah. They decorate the house with garlands and evergreen wreaths, and all, the wreath is that round thing, that round green thing that they put on the door. This is what they're talking about. Go ahead, what verse?
We're on 8.
Go ahead.
For thou hast discovered thyself to another than me.
So thou hast discovered thyself to another who?
To another than me.
To another than me, instead of me. So this is talking about somebody that's married. Say you have laid with somebody else. You laid in somebody else's bed that wasn't me. So what's going to happen if the wife go lay in somebody else's bed?
Fornication.
The husband is probably going to kill that wife. That's how it goes. Because he said in the beginning, we read in Exodus, the 20th chapter, I'm a jealous God, and I'm going to visit your sin. Whenever that time comes, or I'm going to pay you back. He said to you in your bosom. So this is not a God that you can just take lightly. Who you going to puff your chest out to? Do you know I'm God and I created everything? Read 8 again.
For thou hast discovered thyself to another than me, and art gone up. Thou hast enlarged thy bed, and made thee a covenant with them.
Made a covenant with these false gods. Go ahead.
Thou lovest their bed where thou sawest it. And thou wentest to the king with ointment, and didst increase thy perfumes, and didst send thy messages far off, and didst debase thyself even unto hell.
And didst debase thyself. That means you brought yourself low. You're not high value anymore. You have debased yourself. So you just like the girl out there on the corner. You just like the guy with the crack pipe. You have debased yourself. You have brought yourself low by serving these false gods. By serving, because anytime you serve a false god, who you serving?
Devil, Satan.
Serving Satan. So Satan is not God. Satan can't be God, and he don't want you to become God, because you can do that if you keep the commandments. But he can't become God at all, even if he never sinned against God, he still couldn't become God. But jealousy was on him so tough that he decided to murder the creation. So he fed them this poison fruit that he knew was going to kill him. Go ahead and finish it.
That was Young's a place.
That was it?
Yeah, we're into verse 9.
You read verse 9?
Yeah, that was verse 9.
Okay. Fantastic. Let's go into Jeremiah the 10th chapter, then we got one place after that. Jeremiah 10. We all got Jeremiah 10? Everybody got it?
Yes.
All liars raise their hand.
Wait, no, I thought he said all eyes raise your hand. So I was just like, all eyes.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
See, the problem with this is that you haven't paid your dues to attention. Dues have to be paid to attention. Because when you don't pay your dues to attention, you found lacking. You missed the bus. You don't get no reward. You're stranded.
I didn't lie, Granddaddy. I just accidentally put my hand up.
Because you didn't pay your dues to attention.
I thought you said raise your all
Because you
eyes.
wasn't paying attention. That's why you thought I said that. Pay your dues.
Misheard. Yeah, kiddo.
Isaiah 10, we're going to pick up where we left off. Verse 6. We're going to read 6 through 16. Verse 6, go ahead and read.
For as much as there is none like unto thee, O Lord, thou art great, and thy name is great in might.
So his name is great in might and in all the earth. What's the greatest name in the earth?
Jesus.
Jesus. Christ is the title, would mean Messiah. But Jesus the Messiah, that name is great in all the earth. Go ahead.
Who would not fear thee, O King of nations? For to thee doeth an apparition. For
Come
as
on, man. Read the words on the page.
Appertain.
Appertain. That means belong to. Everything belongs to him. We already read that in Colossians, right? Go ahead.
For as much as all the wise men of the nations, and in all their kingdoms, there is none like unto thee.
There's no God like our God. Go ahead.
But they are altogether brutish. Is that the right word? Brutish?
Yeah, brutish, yeah.
And foolish. The stock is a doctrine of vanities.
So the stock is a doctrine of vanity because this go with Isaiah 57 when he said you have made yourself base. Brutish and base, pretty much the same thing. You're just like an animal. Go ahead.
Silver spread into places brought up from Tarshish, and gold from
Euphaz.
and Euphaz, the work of workmen in the hands of the founder. Blue and purple is their coloring.
So a founder is somebody that do metal work. So they making these statues and these brazen images and all this stuff for you to worship. Go ahead.
Blue and purple is their clothing. They are all the work of cunning men.
Mm-hmm.
But the Lord is the true God.
See, the Lord, He the true God. This is the God that made the heavens and the earth. Again, the God that breathed in the breath of life into your nostrils. This is the true God. Go ahead.
He is the living God.
He the living God?
Yeah.
Because this God is what? He dead. He dead. And all that stuff they dig at the ground and make images out of, this stuff is not living and breathing. Go ahead.
An everlasting king, at his wrath the earth shall tremble,
Mm-hmm.
and the nations shall not be able to abide in his indignation.
So the nation not gonna be able to stand in his anger when he returns. He already told you he come with a sword and with flames of fire to render his rebuke on the nations. He gonna pay them back into their bosom. Go ahead.
Thus shall ye say unto them, the gods have not made the heavens and the earth, even they shall perish from the earth and under these heavens.
So he said the gods that have not made the heavens and the earth, he said they're gonna die. They're gonna perish from this earth and from under these heavens. All these pagan gods he gonna get rid of. He showed you that when he brought Israel out of Egypt. What happened to all the pagan gods of Egypt? They was destroyed when the Lord brought Israel out. He destroyed those false gods. He gonna do the same thing. So he don't do nothing different. He don't change. He showed you in the past what he gonna do in the future. So just like when he brought Israel out of Egypt, like when he bring the world out of this captivity to Satan, he gonna destroy all the false gods, all of them. So just like he did when he brought Israel out of Egypt, all those false gods got destroyed. So he's showing you what I'm gonna do in the future. This is what's gonna happen. Go ahead and read.
He hath made the earth by his power. He hath established the world by his wisdom,
Mm-hmm.
and hath stretched out the heavens by his discretion.
So by his discretion, he stretched out the heavens. He even know every cubic, I don't even know what to call it, but whatever space it is, he measured it out. This little space right here, he measured it out. We can't see it, right? The space between my fingers, he measured it out. The breath that we take, he measured it out. There's none like unto this God. Can't no scientists figure this out. All they can do is lie to you. They got theories, right? Everybody know what a theory is?
Yeah.
What's a theory?
A hypothesis, essentially.
A hypothesis. What's a hypothesis?
A scientific guess.
It's a
Educated guess.
educated guess. But in reality, they uneducated. They just guessing. So much for theology. Go ahead.
When he uttereth his voice, there is a multitude of waters in the heavens, and he causeth the vapors to ascend from the ends of the earth.
Well, he said when he uttered his voice, there's a multitude of waters in the heavens. Y'all heard that? A multitude of waters in the heavens. The scientists don't know that. That's water. There's water up there. They don't know that. So they can't contend with this guy. He said when he uttered his voice, there's a multitude of waters in the heavens. Go ahead.
He maketh lightnings with rain, and bringeth forth the wind out of his treasures.
Mm-hmm.
Every man is brutish in his knowledge.
Every man is brutish in his own knowledge. That means you're just like an animal in your own knowledge. You know your knowledge is base. If you ain't dealing with the word of God, your knowledge is nothing. Go ahead.
Every founder is confounded by the graven image.
Every founder is confounded by it. That means everybody worshiping a false god. They're confused by it. Go ahead.
For his molten image is falsehood, and there is no breath in them.
There's no breath in them, so they can't talk. They can't breathe. They can't walk. They're not living. We serve the living God. Go ahead and read.
They are vanity in the work of errors. In time of their visitation, they shall perish.
Mm-hmm.
The portion of Jacob is not like them.
So the portion of Jacob is who?
Not like them.
It's Jesus, the Messiah. That's the portion of Jacob. That's our God. Go ahead.
For he is the former of all things, and Israel is the rod of his inheritance.
Mm-hmm.
The Lord of hosts is his name.
See, the Lord of hosts is his name. He is the Lord of everything. That was it?
Yeah.
All right, let's go to the last place. Psalms 37. Because this is for all y'all that feel bad that everybody's celebrating Christmas but y'all. This is to help y'all little feeble spirit. $37. You got 37? You sure? All eyes raise their hand.
Bro finally didn't get caught for it.
You had Joe? Why are you on Joe? Why are you on Joe?
I do have it.
No, you don't. You're on Joe.
Psalms 37. All right. Let's begin reading at verse 1. This is the last place we're going today. And then we're going to do part 2 next month, I think.
Yep.
Yeah, because I got to be out there next week.
Y'all.
Yeah. So Psalm 37 and verse 1. What do you say?
Fret not thyself because of evildoers.
Hold on. What you say?
It said, who's teaching next Sunday?
In here?
Yes.
What's on the board? Okay. All right. Verse 1. What do you say?
Fret not thyself because of evildoers.
Now, fret means don't worry because of evildoers. Because evildoers get away with a lot of stuff, don't they?
Yeah.
So don't worry about that. Don't get all bent out of shape about it. Go ahead.
Neither be thou envious against the workers of iniquity.
So don't be envious and don't be jealous of them either. Because it seems like they can do everything. They out there having fun, ain't they? Yeah. But what they got coming. See, that's why you shouldn't be jealous of them. Go ahead and read.
For they shall soon be cut down. For they shall soon be cut down like the grass.
They're gonna soon be cut down like the grass, right? Grass get cut down and it lay there and it turns and it ends up being absorbed by the earth. Go ahead.
And wither as the green herb.
Mm-hmm. So they're gonna die. Go ahead.
Trust in the Lord and do good, so shalt thou dwell in the land, and verily shalt thou be fed.
He said, trust in the Lord and do good, because these people, they got something coming, but they don't get. But if you serve the Lord and you trust in the Lord, you got something coming way better than what they got coming. Because they might have a lake of fire coming, but you have life eternal in the kingdom of the Father. If you continue in this word, go ahead and read.
Delight thyself also in the Lord, and he shall give thee desires of thine heart.
So if you delight yourself in the Lord, he's going to give you the desires of your heart. So that means if you delight yourself in the Lord, the desires of your heart is not going to be something evil and wicked. He's going to give you the desires of your heart. Go ahead.
Commit thy way unto the Lord. Trust also in him, and he shall bring it to pass.
And he shall bring it to pass. Go ahead.
And he shall bring forth thy righteousness as the light, and thy judgment as the noonday.
Everybody going to see you, God's servant. Come on.
Rest in the Lord and wait patiently for him.
You got to wait patiently for the Lord. Because we're going to go through a lot of stuff in this life. And a lot of people are going to be doing a lot of things. You know, it's a lot of rich and wealthy people these days, way more than it was before. It's a lot of rich and wealthy black people now. You know, that's a very uncommon thing. That's how we know the end is near. Because it's a whole lot of rich black people now. A whole lot of them. Go ahead.
Fret not thyself because of him who prospereth in his way.
So don't fret yourself. Don't worry about the one that prosper, that look like he having everything, even though he doing wicked. The diddler, for instance, he has all these multi-millions, right? He runs a huge corporation. He controls a lot of people. But he diddled too many times, right?
Wait, did he say diddler?
So now he in trouble, right? Now he in trouble. He might go to jail.
Oh,
Maybe
is
not.
in
He
jail.
got money. He might not go to jail. But he's exposed now. He's been exposed, but really exposed now. And then he gonna have to deal with the Lord on top of that. Everybody get their upcomings. Don't nobody get away with nothing. Nobody ever gets away with it. If you think somebody don't know what you're doing, you're dead wrong. Nobody gets away with anything. But that's something to keep in mind for when you become an adult. Don't think you're getting away with nothing. Somebody's gonna find out. But go ahead and read. What verse?
We're in verse 7.
Verse 7?
Yeah.
All right, go ahead.
Fret not thyself because of who prospereth in his way.
Because of who?
Because of who prospereth in his way.
Because of who?
Who prospereth in his way.
Who?
Oh my gosh.
He who?
No, it's him who, not he who.
Okay. But not who. All right,
It
read
is
that again.
Fret not thyself because of him who prospereth in his way, because of the man who bringeth wicked devices to pass.
Don't worry about this guy, because he gonna get what the diddly at. Go ahead.
Cease from anger and forsake wrath. Fret not thyself in any wise to do evil. For evildoers shall be cut off, but those that wait upon the Lord, they shall inherit the earth.
So evildoers gonna be cut off, but they that wait upon the Lord, they gonna inherit the earth, because we ain't going nowhere. We ain't leaving this earth, but we gonna rule this earth. So you're gonna see people celebrating Christmas and all this stuff, having fun, looking like they're having fun and all that. They don't even know what it means, but we're gonna get into what it really means. We're gonna get into what those things under the tree mean, those presents they put under the tree. We're gonna break it down what that stuff is. And it's real ugly. So stay tuned. Thank you for your time. And